Finally. Weather is like in the upper 60s, but when it's early spring like that, you can kind of see what happens to the water. It's pretty off color. I've got just a little kind of a little tiny sculpin pattern. I'm gonna just make sure there's nothing close by here before I wade out any further. But just fishing this little creek, the spring runoff, to hope I can catch some fish. At least that's the plan anyway. It's kind of shallow here, it's hard to tell. I haven't seen any fish rise on my way up, but that doesn't mean they're not in here. I'm also looking for some dry fly activity. Hopefully that might start here at some point. Oh, the sun feels so good. Seriously. Feel like this off color could potentially be good. Remains to be seen. There we go. That's a better fish. Nice. That is a solid fish. Check this guy out. It is cold. Okay, nice. All right, good opportunity to talk to you about my process. So I had no idea what to expect today, but I know what typically works in the early springtime, right? I've got two rods with me. I've got one down in my holster, so you can see down there. That is set up with the dry fly. And I put on a really small high-vis parachute Adams because that can imitate a lot of different bugs that commonly hatch in the springtime. I've had luck with that bug, so I've got one rod with the dry fly just in case I start seeing some activity. The other rod always has some sort of streamer. And the reason why I tied on this kind of micro streamer, it's a jig leech with a bead head, olive legs, really due to experience, right? I know that these smaller desert creeks, this fly has caught some pretty tremendous fish. So I know that I just tie that on, right? I was up on my vehicle. I had no idea what the water would look like. It's a little off color, so I was starting to think maybe I might want to go with a brighter color, but I thought, I'm tied on, I'm gonna see what happens. Now, one of the things that I teach often is if you're fishing and you know there's fish in here, right? Sometimes they'll show you they're in here, but you know there's fish in here because you fished here before. Or you've heard reports that there's fish in here before. Fish whatever fly for about 20 minutes, maybe a half hour. If you don't get anything, try something else, right? Keep switching every 20 to 30 minutes until you find something that works. And then once you find something that works, then you kind of stick with it. But that's kind of my process whenever I am ready to go fishing. It's just based off of experience, what I know works this time of year, and then trial and error, right? I'll go through a dozen flies in a day until I find one that works. And that's a big reason why I find a lot of success when trout fishing, is because I'm always varying it up. And having two rods with you helps a ton, right? I got that little O-Pros holder that holds the other rod away from my casting side. So I can just do a quick switch and I don't have to worry about re-rigging a whole rod. Because as you know, that's a pain in the butt. So that's kind of my process, and let's hope now that I've gotten tug, we'll get a fish on this little micro streamer. Haven't seen anything on top yet, so the other rod will probably stay in the holster. Oh, right here. I wasn't even fishing. Oh, dang. I just had my fly dangling there. I was about ready to walk out. I was heading out there walking, lifted my rod up, and I saw the flash and had a fish on, but there wasn't much of a hook set there, so barbless hooks, you spit it really quick. Ooh, I tug. Oh, I pulled it out of my hand. are you? Nice. Not happy. Sorry. Fish. Very nice. You want something a little stripped a little faster. I can oblige. He's making a beeline for that. There we go. Oh. Not a big fan of the squish. Oh, foot stuck. Oh, there he. You see that wake? There was a wake. Oh, yeah, come on, take it. There we go. Oh, man. He came after it. I don't know if that was the same fish or not, but there was a fish over there that waked. He waked after it. I could see him moving through the water trying to get it. I feel like this guy came up and stole it from him. That's what I'm thinking. See, maybe he might be tempt him again. It was swinging just like this, and it was a pretty large swell forehead swell on the fish. There we go. Okay. Little fish. Oh, come on now. Oh, just chill. Oh my gosh, chill. Nice. There we go. Nice. Well, that wasn't any fun at all. All right, everybody, till the next time, fish on.